For a lot of the Mascogos, they do not look to the United States as a place where they were enslaved, but as a place where they were able to escape as free people, a place they can now freely choose to return to. It is a narrative of resilience and strength.
This quote was taken from Rocio Hill, who has been studying a group called the Mascogos as part of her career. But before we get into this message, we must figure out who the Mascogos are and the importance they hold in history. The Mascogos, or first known as the Black Seminoles, were a group of escaped African American slaves that moved their way to Florida, looking for more freedom, and were then taken in by a Native American tribe. The Native Seminoles and Black Seminoles then remained, creating this symbolic relationship with each other. And even though the Black Seminoles were still considered slaves to the natives, they didn't practice racial European slavery, which gave the Black Seminoles a significant amount of freedom. But around 1821, America then took control of Florida, which resulted in the Indian Removal Act, better known as the Trail of Tears, that happened 9 years later. Hence, it pushed them to move to Mexico in order to be fully free of slavery. During their time in Mexico, the Black Seminoles then inherited a new name for themselves, Mascogos. Yet, after settling for some time, they realized a way to earn a living was working for the Mexican government in their military. They worked defending the Mexican border against Native American raids. In return, the Mexican government gave them land to settle in. In 1873, they were rushed into U.S. territory and used alongside the U.S. in defending the country from more Indians that America wanted under their control. In order to keep the Mascogos fighting, America promised them citizenship and land. None of this happened. In the several years that the Mascogos fought in the military for the United States, they returned back to Mexico with no benefits from which they fought for. From the 19th century to the 20th century modern times, Mascogos have since remained in Mexico. Their life, however, is anything but simple. Even though they are settled in land and have freedom, they still struggle with providing for themselves. Hundreds of Mascogos now cross the border to receive temporary working visas. Thousands having to do this work illegally, even though the Mascogos have a past with America and have endured years of slavery with them. They know that this is the only means they have, knowing that their home will forever be Mexico, even if they have to travel far from living. As quoted from Rocio Hill, it's a narrative of resilience and strength. Mascogos still hold on to their own power, and through countless years of mistreatment and still years of struggle, they still are strong in what they must do. Their history is one of importance. Their past is something we must recognize. These are the people who we know to be the Mascogos of Mexico.